One who is seeing this life as a stepping stone for a larger possibility, for him there is no failure. For one who is looking at the simple events of this life itself as the goal of life, for him there is failure and success. If you're just seeing this life as a stepping stone for a larger possibility, if you have a good deal, you use that for your well-being. If you have a bad deal, you use that for your well-being. The economy was on the boom, when every fool could be successful. No, it didn't take much. When the economy is on the boom, everybody gets carried, isn't it? Now there has been a meltdown. Now it takes something else to be successful. So, when the economy was on the boom, you could have brought a certain dispassion towards the money that's flowing in. Now the economy is down, the taps are all closed up. It's time to come, meditate, walk in the mountains. There's a lot of time. There's a lot of time on your hands, isn't it? When there was money, it took away your time and life. Now the taps are closed, lots of time. This is the time. So it doesn't matter what the hell happens. It doesn't matter what the hell happens with your life. If you are seeing this life only as a stepping stone for a larger possibility, then whatever the situation, it is beautiful and very useful. Very, very useful. Once there was a farmer like you who was tired of various natural factors ruling the quality of his crop. So one day he called Shiva. It was a wild card entry. So he found excess. And Shiva said, what? He said, I'm tired of all the natural nonsense happening. Obviously, you're not a farmer. I know from history that you were a hunter. You were not a farmer. You don't know what it means to farm. Why don't you leave the nature in my hands? I'm a farmer. I know when it should rain, I know when there should be sunlight, I know when there should be wind, I know everything. You don't know because you're just a hunter. And you're a crazy ascetic. You're definitely not a good farmer. The wrong times it's raining, at wrong times things are happening. You leave it to me. Shiva was one of those moods, he said, okay, nature is in your hands. Then the farmer planted his crop. Planted a maize crop. Rain. Poke the land and see, okay, it's soaked up to 6 inches, stop. Then plough it, plant it, wait for 2 days. Rain. Sunlight. Today I'm working in the field, cloud. So everything just happened the way he wanted. A beautiful maize crop came. He was overjoyed. It's good. Nature should be in farmer's hands. And then when the time to harvest came, He wanted to see because none of the birds were coming, he was surprised. Because that also he said, no birds, no birds. Then he went and opened and saw a nice big everything, but he opened and saw no grain inside. Then he thought, what the hell is this? What did I do wrong? Then he couldn't figure out, because rain, water, sunshine, everything he managed properly. Then again he went back to Shiva. But he was in this condition. He waited for many years for him to open his eyes. By the time these many years, the fields and the family, everything went to… But he wanted to know the answer. What went wrong? He's farmer first. Then when Shiva opened his eyes, he asked, I did everything right, but there is no grain. Did you sabotage my crop? Shiva said, I've been watching. You were in charge, so I didn't want to interfere. The rain was great, the sunshine was great, everything was fine, but you stopped all the winds. I used to always send fierce winds which would threaten your crop. But because the plants felt pushed and threatened, they put their roots deeper into the earth. So grain happened. Now you have great maize crop. No maize? So, various situations in your life, either you can use it to make yourself stronger and better, or you can sit and cry. This is the choice you have. Everything. It doesn't matter what happens. The most horrific event happened in your life, that also can be used for your growth and your well-being, if you have clearly seen the small events of your life. When I say small events, I mean your business, your marriage, your children, all those big things. All these things are just a stepping stone. This is not new to you, because in this culture, they put this into you for centuries, for millenniums. They told you, your life is about mukti. Your marriage, your business, your social life, these are all just means to get there. Either you go with it or you go without it. But whether you are a sannyasi or you're in the samsara, your only goal is mukti. Yes? The goal was not just for the sannyasi, for everybody it is mukti. If you can walk alone, you walk alone. You want party going with you, you walk with the party. That's your choice. You want to get there quick, you walk alone. You want to go there having picnic on the way slowly, you go with people. Choice is yours. But the important thing is, whatever the hell you're doing, there's only one goal. So if you have set this up, then all the events of life, everything is beneficial. The boom is beneficial, the meltdown is even more beneficial actually. It is also ecologically very good, the meltdown. No. So, the fear of failure. Failure is bad enough. Fear is adding spice to it, isn't it? Success happens to you not because you desire it, because you earn it. Everybody desires it. It comes only if you're capable of it.
Do you think that from ancient times till now, do you think that things in India have changed? So if they have, what brought us to the change we are we are in? And how do you see this development process of great individuals? How do you see that being manifested in the modern times?
If I may add, how can these ideas, in something that I'm assuming that they're not in tree systems?
I'm sorry, not…
I'm assuming that these ideas of individual development, focus on an individual, are not so prevalent in today's system.
No, we've gotten into mass production of everything.
So how do we actually bring it back? How should India then, if I ask that question, how should India's model of development? Is it just taking the West, or should we bring back those elements to individual development?
See, for anything to happen, you need a certain ecosystem, certain economic, a certain economic depth for people to able to do it. You must understand this. The generation that we were growing up, our parents were just crazy that you must somehow get one degree and get into a government job. Your parents are not doing that. They're thinking little more easy. They're trying to explore things. They want you to do a startup, they want you to do a business, they want you to get into sport. This was never there. They were just saying, get a job somehow, otherwise you'll be on the street. This was the level of economics of the time. Today there is a little more economic space where parents are looking at their children little differently. Still we are little compressed in the heads, but little more ease than what it was 40, 50 years ago. Ask all your professors. They were just push, get a job first thing. Today, parents are not looking like that, they're looking at what can you create, what can our children create, what can they live, how about their happiness. Nobody ever thought about our happiness. Okay? So, it needs a certain economic depth for any society to experiment, to have little more freedom to do things. Otherwise, putting them through the extruder and getting them out in some form in which they're useful, this is what the society will do. This is a natural consequence of 15, 20 generations of extreme poverty. This mental structure and this economic structure is a consequence of 15 to 20 generations of extreme poverty. Very bad poverty means India has suffered poverty like nobody else. People may show, pictures of Africa and stuff, you must know this. In Africa, there have been famines, there have been wars, unnecessary wars and tribal wars which have caused this in small scale. In India, the level of malnourishment and poverty that's happened in the last 2 centuries is most painful. No other nation on the planet has suffered as much as this country. No other country has lost as many people as we have lost in the last century just for hunger and lack of nourishment. Even today it is true, though we are much better today, even today unfortunately it is true that we have the highest number of malnourished people in the country. More than 60% of the rural population, even today, they have not grown, their skeletal system has not grown to full size. When they're in that state, you're only thinking how to make a living. You're not thinking of how to open up human genius. You're not interested in all that. You're not thinking how to become self-realized. You're only thinking how to make a living. So this has happened to us because we've been an occupied nation for too long. We've been ripped off in every other way. There's no point blaming somebody, we didn't take care of it at that time, it went out of our hands. But 250, 300 years ago, everybody wanted to come to India. Why? Because it was the richest country on the planet. We occupied a 33% space in the economic space of the planet at one time. Today probably we are 2 or 3%. So, because of this extreme poverty, we have a certain mindset. But I think in a generation or in next 15, 20 years, a whole lot of people will come out of this. Because there's little more ease, little more space to play with, little more space to push it. When an earthworm with 1/1,000,000th of your brain can earn a living, with such a big brain, earning a living, is it such a big problem? It is it's the grossest way to approach life is, how will I earn my living? Everybody can earn their living. The only problem comes in your life when you want to live like somebody else, that's a problem. But earning a living is not a problem. If you just make what is considered survival minimal, don't go on exaggerating it, then you will see you have a whole lot of time and opportunity to create what you want in your life. But people keep on raising the bar of survival so much that they will not get to do anything in their life except surviving. In the end, they don't know why they survived.
If something in you became quieter, clearer, or maybe even more restless after this video, then it was already worth it. Let us know what you felt, tell us your city, and if you can, subscribe and send it to someone who would appreciate this too. These little actions help the message go further. Thank you, Big Hug, and see you in the next video.